Hello, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome to this quick tutorial of how to use your club's website if your club is using Free Toast Host. My name is Nadia Gilks. I'm a longtime Toastmaster here located in Southern Nevada, and I normally do these individually for my club. And now I got the idea that maybe I will just do a general one so that anyone can benefit from it. So I have this training website created where nobody's personal information is going to be compromised. Most of the members' names are made up, and I can just release this on my YouTube channel, and anyone who needs a quick tutorial can have this available. I know there's a lot of clubs overseas that were used to using Easy Speak and maybe transitioning to Free Toast Host. So this will be great for you and your club members. And it's also a great tool for those who are signing up new members who are brand new to Toastmasters and they have never used Free Toast Host before. So with that being said, let's jump right in. Now, as I mentioned, this is a training site. This is not an actual club website, so it doesn't look exactly like your club website is going to look, but this is pretty much a base model. Now, your club may have decorated this main page with different pictures of club members. Maybe you have banners because your president's distinguished, or maybe you have a floating banner with messages for visitors or members. However you've designed it, just know that this is a base model and your layout should be something similar to this. At this time, I'm going to direct your attention to this left-hand side where you see the main menu. When you land on the home page of your club's website, the links on the left under the main menu are links that are available to anybody that visits your website. Anyone can go into meeting directions, the contact us page, the meet our members page, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and whatever else your club designer has made available to the public. You'll also see the log out and the log in and log out buttons over here on the left. These dark blue are normally buttons that you can click. And unless you're a club officer, you're probably not going to see this middle button. So don't worry about that on my screen. Just know that you will be able to just go to log in, type in your username and password, and you will have a new menu available to you. And that will be this members only menu. Sometimes you will see these side by side. Sometimes you'll see one on top of the other, but just be mindful that there is a members only tab that you can access once you've logged into your club website. When you're here, you get additional privileges such as your meeting agenda, access to club email addresses, you can edit your profile, you can access a private member directory, and whatever else your club website designer has made available to the members. First, we're going to talk about editing your profile. And I think this is very important for every member to travel to and do because it gives your club members a lot of information about you. It makes it easy to contact you. It makes it easy for others to learn a lot about you. So I just feel that anytime you have an opportunity to fill out a profile, you should make sure you're filling it out completely. This first box that's checked, I recommend that you do leave it checked. And this gives your club admins the availability to update your website should the need arise. They don't go into your profile that often. The only reason they really would go into your profile is to change your email address if they're getting a bounce back and it wasn't put in correctly, or if your phone number happens to change and they need to update that. Otherwise, the club admins really leave your profile alone. So it's okay to go ahead and leave that checked and allow them to update that should they see fit. The next box should also be checked. You can uncheck it if you like, but again, I recommend leaving it checked. And this will just allow your profile to show up in the Meet Our Members page. And after I go through this member profile, I will go in and show you what that looks like. The first line is for your name. And this is also where you can put your designations. All of us are on Pathways at this point. So if you want to put your Pathways designation, VC5, EC2, whatever level you've achieved, you can add that to your signature line. I just leave mine at DTM. That just makes it easy. But just know that whatever is here, that is going to show up in your sign in login when you start typing in your name, and then it appears in the drop down. You can come in, change this as often as you like, or just go without designations to also make that easy. Your email addresses. You are allowed to have two. And if you have a corporation as your primary email address, I would recommend that you do have two, because what we found in this quarantine 2020 era that we're in right now is that a lot of people have their business email address as the primary, and they hadn't been able to go to work for a couple months, so they weren't able to access any of their emails. So if you do use your corporate email as your primary and you work at an office building where you might be locked out of that building for some time, or for some reason not able to get to your work computer, we do recommend that you have a secondary email. And once you type that here, you can check this box, and that will allow all communications to be sent to both email addresses. The next section is your basic information. You can put in your telephone number. This will show up in the private member directory, and that allows fellow club members to get a hold of you should they need to. And you also can create a username if you would prefer that, as opposed to your name and designation. Just know that if you create a username, you are going to have to use that username to log in at all times. It would no longer populate your name. Moving down, you can also put the date that you joined the club, which is just a nice piece of information to have there, and your member number, your Toastmasters member number. And this is great, especially for members who are in a variety of clubs, because when you start running reports such as what role did you hold, when did you do a speech, what was your speech information, if you've put your member number in all of the club websites, it will generate a report consolidating all of those reports for you. So you want to make sure that you have that information in all of your club sites as well. Going back to the top, now we're going to move over to the second tab, which is your email settings. This is where you get to designate what emails you want to receive from the club. Again, anytime you see this dark blue bar here, that's usually a drop down. It gives you more options or something you can click. So you could just click this and it brings you to a drop down. And in this window, you can choose what you want to receive. Agenda emails are good to receive so that you know if you're on the agenda or if there are open roles. Often the VPE or the president may send that out on a weekly basis, and it just lets you know about the meeting that's coming up, who's speaking, who's Toastmaster, who has a role, what roles still need to be filled. So you should definitely take those emails, but the rest of them could get a little email heavy, especially the role change notifications or notification of attendance records. Not every member needs to receive that. So you could try it out for a little while, and then if you're getting too many emails, just come in and uncheck those, and that's fine. The next section is pretty much a vacation notice. So if there's a certain time period that you don't want any club emails, you can designate that here. And let's say you're going away for the 4th of July, or you're going away for the month of August, you might put August 1st to August 30th, and that will just stop the emails from coming into your inbox until you're back and ready to get back into the swing of things. Back to the top, we're going to head to that third link, social links. This just allows you to add your social media links to your profile page. And that's just a nice thing to do, because if people see your profile and they connect with you, maybe they want to find out more about you. Maybe they want to know more about a business that you've advertised, or if you've said you're into, motorcycle riding or hiking or what have you. Maybe they just want to connect with you on a deeper level. So putting your social media will allow them to follow you and determine, maybe they want to get in contact with you, or they want to friend you on Facebook. This will give them an easy way to find out where you are and what you're up to. There's quite a few social media links that you can add, but if you happen to not see the one that you do, you can also come to this box at the bottom and just type in the website address, and it will pull that icon for you if it's available and post that address so that people can follow you to whatever web page you have designated. And this last tab, the member bio and photo. This is where you're going to put a little blurb about yourself. It can be about your business. It can be about why you joined Toastmasters, things you like to do in your spare time. Whatever you'd like to put here, you have a pretty wide range. It's going to give you about 650 characters. And you're going to put that right in this box. I haven't put a lot here because, again, this is a training website. So this is not the primary that any club member is actually going to find me by. But just know that you can add quite a few sentences here. And then you would just click this to look through your computer and find a nice photo that you want to upload. Once you've gotten all of your information in these tabs the way you want it, you'll go ahead and click Save. And then you can safely close it knowing that all of your information has been stored in the system. Now, again, I do recommend that you put your profile on the Meet Our Members page because that allows guests that come to the website to see who some of the club members are. It allows them to connect with you even before they walk through the door. Maybe they see people that they have common interest with, and that makes them connect with you a little faster before they've even visited your club. And I especially say that all the officers should have their profiles in the Meet Our Members, just so that people can see who the board members are, who the leaders are. It makes the club look very active. So let's go see what that actually looks like. That's going to be, again, on that main page. And all the people that have checked that box to be included will show up here. Here you see my little bio. I am awesomeness personified. And also, the thing that happens is that if you are a club officer, your profiles will show up first. So again, the board members are right there. They know who they should be looking for when they walk through the door as a guest. And then we've made up quite a few names here, but but this is where the rest of the members would show up. And it's just a nice touch. Sometimes you go to club websites and maybe there's only 3 or 4 members. But if you've got 15 or 20 members, you want to let people know you're a good sizable club. People are active. There's great personalities here. So just make that as robust as possible and try to encourage your club members to put their profiles on the Meet Our Members section. Let's go back to that members only tab and look at a private member directory. So this is essentially what you would see. You'd see your bio again, but you would also see the email address, and this is my friend's phone number, but it's a Google Voice, so it's okay. So you would see their phone number and their email address. And this doesn't normally get used too much, but let's say your evaluator changed. You found out that the person that was evaluating your speech, they can't make it, and now somebody else has signed up at the last minute. Maybe you want to call them ahead of time and tell them what your speech is about and what to look out for. Or maybe you signed up as speaker as the last minute, so you want to communicate that with your evaluator, what you're speaking about. How do I get my intro to you? Do you want me to text it or email it? Maybe you need to call the Toastmaster for some reason. Whatever reason there is that you might want to get in touch with the member and email just won't do, it's a great idea to have your phone number available and have that handy in the private member directory. Now we're going to go over to meeting agendas. And this is the section that most members will use when they sign up for the website. The VPE will normally have hopefully at least 4 meetings out of agendas already put into the system. When you log into Free Toast Host and you go to agendas, it's always going to pull up the next meeting's agenda. If you wanted to sign up for a meeting rolled 2 or 3 weeks out, you would just click view another agenda, find it in the drop down list, click it, and it would refresh and take you to that day's meeting. I haven't loaded any extras because, again, this is a training website, but let's say I did, or let's just click this one, for instance. We'll go back in time for a minute. You'll know that you've refreshed when the date has changed here. So you always want to make sure that you are looking at the correct agenda before you put your name on the list. So let's go back to July 4th because that one's going to be open for us. And this is where you would sign up for a role. So when you get to your agenda, it will show you who's already signed up for different things and what's available. If a role is available, all you have to do is click that dark blue button and it's going to put your name in the role. You're going to see your name show up here, role filled by Nadia Gilks, and you're all set. Sometimes you'll see a little confirm button show up under your name, and that's just asking members to confirm that you actually are going to attend. If for some reason you can't make that meeting, or if you don't want that role, let's say you signed up by accident, all you have to do is come, click this X. It will take you out of the role, put sign up back here, and another member can come back, look at the agenda, and sign up for the role. A fairly recent change that I absolutely love is what happens when you sign up as a speaker. So here you have speaker 1 is available. I'm going to sign up, and then it's going to give me a lot of different options. The best feature of this is the choose your path and project. This has been updated to accommodate pathways, and every project is already in the system. Let's choose a role and say, okay, let's say I'm working on the engaging humor path. So let's just type in engaging humor. And now you're on the engaging humor path. Within this, it is going to bring up every level and project that's within the engaging humor path. So all you have to do is find your project. Let's say I'm doing level 3, inspire your audience. I'll click that. My 5 to 7 minute time frame is already there, letting everyone know that I'm doing a 5 to 7 minute speech. The project description shows up, showing you what the requirements of the project is. And one of the best features, the evaluation form also shows up. The person that is evaluating your speech can come right here in Free Toast Host, click that button, and download a fillable PDF, and they can take notes on your speech right on their iPad or their computer, however they've pulled up this document. Nobody has to go to Toastmasters International and find the evaluation forms. They have put it right here in Free Toast Host for you. So that's a great note for those of you who do serve as evaluators. If your speaker has filled out their information, their evaluation form will show up right here. As a speaker, you should also put your project title and your introduction. The introduction will allow the Toastmaster to be able to go and print that off and have that ready so that you can be properly introduced. And saving your project title will run in those reports that I mentioned earlier. So if you do want to make note of when you gave a speech and what club you gave it at, all of this information saves so that you can always generate a report later. You do want to make sure you click this big button down here that says save, otherwise you'll navigate away from the page and nothing will keep. So here you have a message. Your speech information has been saved. Thank you. Click close. And you are good to go. Now let's go up and, well, maybe I should put something in here. Like it's a great day. And then I am happy to be speaking. And save, close. Okay, so now let's go and pretend that you are the Toastmaster of the day. And all of your speakers have been very kind and gracious to come here, put in all their information, their title, their speech introduction, and you want to go in and print all that out. You would hit this printer icon, and there is now a special button for you saying print all speaker introductions. And this will only print the speaker introductions, so you can have that on a dedicated page. And it looks like this. If there were 4 speakers, you would see these back to back. It's got the manual that you're working from, your speech time, your speech title, and whatever you have loaded in your introduction. You can also go ahead and print the agenda in several different layouts, and anyone can print the agenda. Doesn't have to be the Toastmaster. So let's try that new hybrid method. You can choose different options. Do you want the roll times, the descriptions, member photos? Print whatever you like, click OK, and you will see your breakdown here. And you can have an agenda handy for your meeting. Let's go in and take my name off the roll, reset that agenda to blank, and that's pretty much it. Now you know how to go in and sign up for a role in your club website. And once again, this is probably what 99.9% of members are going to use the club website for. You do have some additional icons here, and just know that the way the agendas are set up, if you are the Toastmaster of a meeting, you do have access to edit the meeting. Otherwise, you may just see 4 icons here, which is normally you can email it, you can print it, you can run your own reports, and you can see the next 5 meetings. You can trash this agenda if you are the Toastmaster or a club admin. You can edit and you can add. These are special functions for admins and Toastmasters. And going in and editing the agenda just looks like this. When you have this capability, you can actually go in and put people in a role instead of them signing themselves up. So if they've called you and said, hey, I could speak, I see your Toastmaster, just wanted to let you know, hey, I can't get to my computer right now, can you sign me up? You can hit that little pencil, go in, sign up, Cleo McDowell, and save. And when you close it, it refreshes and you see that he's been added to the role. So that's a nice feature. When you are the Toastmaster, you can expect to see some additional icons pop up across the top there. That is all I'm going to cover for today. I hope this was helpful to you. And once again, if you do have any questions or you need additional training on something, or you would like to see me do an additional training, or I guess in this case, hear me because you can't see me, just reach out to toastmasternadia@gmail.com. That's Nadia, toastmasternadia@gmail.com. And I will be happy to get back in touch with you to answer any questions or provide any additional trainings for you. This has been a pleasure, and feel free to tune in again for more videos on my YouTube channel, Toastmaster Nadia. Have a great day.